thing I did want to go over was with the battery. In one of the previous episodes I showed that the electrical cable that goes to the battery needs to be fed through the bulkhead and into the engine compartment. I did that because in the instructions that's what they said to do. Now I stupidly just went straight ahead and just followed the instructions blindly without researching actually properly where the battery was. This was a really stupid mistake of mine, because the battery in a Ford Transit Custom is actually under the driver's seat, which means it's right next door. All that work that I put in was completely unnecessary. "20-degree angle is done, you can see there. Looks a bit like a dovetail. Top and bottom mounted now. You can see that 20-degree angle, and that will mean that my shelf will finally be level once it's installed. Managed to recycle a piece of the old ply from inside on the interior, which is another reminder to never throw away any extra stuff that you have lying about, because it's always going to come in useful later down the line. I know it takes a lot longer, but always remember to countersink your holes so that when you screw it in, it's nice and flush. The measurements for the depth of each corner goes as it's 45 millimeters for that depth, so both of those edges on that piece be 45 millimeters in height. That is 50 millimeters. That is 65 millimeters, and that is 80 millimeters. So it's a lot deeper back here, but that's all the space that I can squeeze out from inside that panel at the back without it pushing against the rear and making my life hell. Now, when cutting the length, I've given basically this top piece is flush with that bit of ply, but I've got a little like 1 centimeter lip here to stop stuff falling out. But this length along the top and along the bottom is the width of this hole plus 2 centimeters, so a centimeter on each side, and the length of these is the height of this plus 2 centimeters, and then plus the width of both of these bits of ply, so plus an extra 3 centimeters, because obviously 15mm ply, 15 millimeters each side, and then hopefully if you screw that all together it should work out. And final piece is done. It's all ready to go up now, so I'm going to slide it up into place and try and mount it up onto the wall. Shelf is fitted and ready to go. As you can see, nothing sliding about. Well, it's been a pretty bad thing to give you to slow up. I'll tell you what, I even put a drill bit in there. Look. Dead still, perfect. Package arrived. I can only mean one thing. Quick tip for today, Rain Automotive, the control panel. I noticed that the back bits are held on with glue. My actual cigarette lighter part of it has broken off. What I've done is I've stripped it of all the glue so it's nice and clean, and I've cut a very, it's not going to win any beauty contest, but a bit of wood, it's a tiny bit of wood, 26mm hole in the centre, and that will simply go around the end here, create a bit more of a structure for it to grip onto, and I'll stick on the back, and that should be nice and reinforced.